Welcome to the Faith Geek Podcast. The Faith Geek Podcast is your weekly source for all things current in geek culture. From entertainment to sports, parenting to religion. Be sure to check us out on the web by visiting www.thefaithgeek.com. Now, let us welcome Brent Whetstone and Joe Gerbery.
Welcome again to the Faith Geek Podcast. This is Brent Whetstone, joined once again by my sidekick, the great Joseph Gerbery.
Gerbery.
That's a thing now. We do this every episode.
Yep, I always like get my name out there.
Yeah, how about that?
Gerbery.
First of all, I want to give a big shout out, happy birthday to Leonard Nimoy.
Woo!
Spock from Star Trek, the original series, turned 83 years old today.
Thanks.
So we're totally excited about that. Happy birthday, Leonard Nimoy! You
Woo!
are my hero.
For the record, Brent, he's gotten a bigger shout out on our podcast than my mom did on her birthday.
Oh,
but that's fine.
What was your mom's birthday?
We recorded on her birthday. I shouted out to her.
That's
on her
right.
birthday.
You were with us instead of your mom on her birthday.
I went and saw her that night. We had dinner that night.
That's good.
Yeah.
I hope you treated her well.
I did.
Also, I want to talk about something exciting that's going to be coming up next month, and that's the Geek Girl Podcast.
Woo!
Our other halves,
Significant other.
well, my wife and
Your wife and
Joe's
my
girlfriend are going to be hosting the Geek. A little bit about. I'll talk about my wife. You could talk about your girlfriend and what they do with the Faith Geek. My wife actually is the editor of the Faith Geek blog, so everything that you see out there. Heather is editing and making sure we don't make ourselves look like idiots.
We are horrible punctuation. We are bad at punctuation.
She tells me it
grammar,
take
everything.
Salt and pepper shaker of commas and periods and semicolons and just sprinkle it on my papers, which is fine. That's all right. That's why I married an English professor. She's an English professor, so I married her to write my paper.
The only reason.
Busted.
That's the only
write my
reasons.
papers. What?
That's it. That's the only reason.
That's in the top 3. So, and she also writes our parenting blog. And some other things.
And Karen just signed on for us. She's going to be writing with us. Combined into one word. She's just getting done at journalism school.
That's really so. Like we kind of like have a real reporter.
Yes.
How about that?
She's actually done.
We are legitimate.
She's published in newspapers and things. So check out stuff. She just wrote an article yesterday. Should have come out yesterday.
She wrote in our faith section.
Or this morning. Did it come out this morning? She finished it yesterday.
I think it was this morning.
I think it posted this morning.
In our faith section, if you look up "Nerfing for Jesus," she wrote that.
Things she's put on.
That's pretty cool. Pretty cool article there. But also, she has a special talent.
She's knitting right now.
She is knitting. She's actually knitting.
We're at a different location, by the way, everybody. So we're at Karen's house because there's people at Brent's, and so that's why we're in these loungy chairs. If you're watching on YouTube, which you should,
it's much more comfortable.
We're matching in our chairs. We didn't plan this. This is all just by coincidence.
Correct.
But if you happen to hear a train go by, it might happen. It could happen.
So Joe's making all that up. We're actually on a train right now, traveling through space and time.
I can rattle up and down maybe a little bit. Anyway.
So those of you listening, it's going to be like major sound effects for you guys. But Karen makes beanies, and one of the
one I'm wearing right now.
Type of beanies she's going to be making is the official Faith Geek beanie,
Woo!
which you're going to be later on in future broadcasts. But today...
That's called foreshadowing.
Today, I want to talk about what we last said we were going to talk about, and that is my super action hero, Nicolas Cage.
Yep, Nicolas Cage.
I'm a fangirl when it comes
actually.
to Nicolas Cage, and I don't have a problem saying that.
Yeah?
I love Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. That's a thing.
It's a scary thing.
I'm not saying I don't like Nicolas Cage. I'm just not as crazed about him as you are.
Well, you should be. Me and Nicolas Cage have a lot in common. We both love Superman.
You do love Superman. You have a tattoo of Superman.
I do have a tattoo of Superman. It's on my right wrist. Nicolas Cage, much like myself, is very handsome. But I love the movies that he's in. And I was so excited about, it was 8 months ago when I was on the internet and I was reading about the new Left Behind reboot.
Which I am super excited about. Not that we dislike Kirk Cameron.
I love Kirk. We love you.
Kirk Cameron.
We love you, dude.
You're awesome.
You are awesome. However...
You are not a good...
Wait, I was going to go there.
Actor in movies, things. You're a good actor.
You're just not movies.
Just not. Just stop.
Kirk Cameron.
Just stop.
Keep it up with the way of the master. Leave the movies to Nicolas Cage.
Yes.
So they're rebooting the Left Behind series.
Right. Awesome. I love it. I love it. I'm so into it. I'm so excited. I was checking out the... I'm on IMDb because as most people know, Nicolas Cage will sign on to any movie that's ever been made.
This is true.
And come out because he's obviously broke or something. I don't know. But
I just think he's not broke. He likes doing movies.
I have a feeling he's broke
Nicolas Cage
now.
likes doing movies. He's not broke.
I heard he's broke.
Dude,
anyway.
he owns Action Comic Book #1, the first published
owned
Superman. I think he still owns it.
I don't know. Anyway, I was looking at IMDb,
Call
and
him
I'm
and ask him.
super excited about Left Behind and the casting people that they got on that. So,
Well, here's why I'm excited about this Left Behind, though. It's a major Hollywood project, so there's... Kirk Cameron's not in it,
Sorry.
first of all. And you guys know how much I love Christian
Cameron?
movies. They're so awesome. Those big budget films that they put out, like, I love those. Not really. So,
Kind of, maybe not really.
Here's Hollywood actually taking a film, book series, really, and turning it into a film and putting a ton of money in it.
And it's Hollywood doing it. That's what's really cool.
Yeah,
about
it's
That's what
not
I'm really excited about.
a ministry or it's not a Christian-based film company who's doing it. So we're talking a multi-million-dollar project that I think is really going to bring in people and get them hooked on the story like it got the church hooked on the story. But I just think it's awesome that Nicolas Cage in the movie is going to get left behind because who better to be left on planet Earth when all the Christians are gone than someone like Nicolas Cage?
Right, definitely. Yeah, I mean, he's been everything in any movie, so he knows a whole bunch of stuff how to survive.
He knows for the treasure of the Freemasons.
Right, I was going to say, I'm like, I just want him to say every movie now after National Treasure, which is my favorite Nicolas Cage movie, I feel
National Treasure, the best movie.
I just want him, all I want him to say is the back of the dollar bill is trying to tell me something. That's all I want. That's all I want.
At some point, he's going to work it into Left Behind. I guarantee it. But with I think the names that they've got into the Left Behind movie, the big names that are backing it and the big names that are starring in it, is going to draw a ton of people.
Chad Michael Murray. I mean, I don't know if anybody, I'm not a...
Is that who you fangirl after?
That's not who I fangirl
Don't
after.
lie.
It's not.
It's who Joe fangirl.
I'm more excited about, Jordan Sparks is going to be in this. Mm-hmm. Nikki Whalen is going to be in this as Hattie Durman. I don't know if anybody watched or read the books, rather, but...
But more importantly, who's going to be in it? Nicolas Cage.
Or Nicolas Cage is going to be in it. You're absolutely right. Chad Murray, even though I'm not a fangirl of Chad Michael Murray, but he will bring the fangirls in.
He will.
And people will go and see it because Chad Michael Murray's in it.
Well, between him and Nicolas Cage, Left Behind's going
to deal with Nicolas Cage.
Who would have thought that Left
How old
Behind...
is he now?
I don't know. He's 51?
64. I don't... Math is hard.
Math is hard at this time. Oh, he's like...
turning 50.
He's 50 something.
50 this year.
But now we do exist. Anyway, who would think that the rapture is a sexy topic?
Not a lot of people.
But now, because of Nicolas Cage...
And Chad Michael Murray.
The rapture's sexy.
I'm going to have such a... This is not going to... unfortunately, this is probably going to follow me. That Chad Michael Murray is going to be I'm a fan of his for some reason.
I don't know about that. Anyway, we'll let you get to your fangirling.
Yeah.
I was doing research for the show today. Some awesome
research.
Some of us do that when we take our faith geeking seriously. And I found some interesting things about Nicolas Cage that I wanted to talk about that I did not know until I read this article on Nicolas Cage. And what it was, Time Magazine posted 50 interesting facts about Nicolas Cage for his 50th birthday. How about that? They remembered. We didn't. Sorry, Nick. But one thing that I didn't know...
Time's a little bit bigger than us right now.
Just right now. And
I said right now.
We've got a real...
There's a qualifier on there.
Listen, we've got a real reporter. Right. I don't know about Time Magazine. How about that? I did not know...
Aw, snap. Time
Magazine. We love you. Hey, since we're advertising for you, Time...
Yeah, there you go.
There's our
plug of the week.
Plug of the week. So...
Bring Mountain Dew, everyone.
Think Geek. We do all of our shopping there. We're also an affiliate with Think Geek on our website. But anyway, I did not know that Nicolas Cage is not his real name.
What is his real name?
It is Nicholas Coppola.
Francis Ford?
As in Francis Ford Coppola. And he actually changed his name because he didn't want to get that stigma attached to him. Like, the only reason why you're getting cast...
Charlie Sheen kind of a thing.
Yes.
Charlie Sheen changed it from Estevez to Sheen.
Yeah.
Martin did. And then...
what he said. But, so Francis Ford Coppola is his uncle. He didn't want people to think the only reason that he was getting cast in movies is because of his last name.
But we're all aware that it's because he's a great actor. That's why he was getting cast in movies.
And his sexy man look. I'm laughing because I hear the train coming.
Is it coming? We're going to get one coming soon. It's going to be fantastic.
It's the sex appeal. I'm telling you, that's why Nicolas Cage gets cast in things.
That's all.
As a matter of fact, I was on Perez Hilton's website today.
Why?
Well, doing research for Nicolas Cage.
Oh,
and he had this... Perez, we just gave you a plug. See us about sponsoring. But anyway, he had this young Nicolas Cage with long blonde hair gif going, and it was like
is it GIF or GIF?
I don't know. I say GIF.
The guy that created it says it's GIF.
When I think of GIF, I think peanut butter.
I apologize. Getting over cold, everybody.
Don't die, Joe.
Try not to.
So, as Joe's dying, do you need CPR?
I'm good.
Are you all right? Good.
That's fine.
That's
good. Mountain Dew.
But anyway, last name was Coppola, but he changed it to Cage, inspired by an African-American comic book superhero, Luke Cage. So, Nicolas Cage is totally into comic books. Nice. He's as big of a geek as we are.
He could be. Probably is.
I think he is.
It just depends on how much you think of us being geeks.
Right. But, to top, and I will say that Nicolas Cage, to top my geekiness, I got a Superman tattoo, but this guy's level of geek, he named his son Kal-El. Do you know who's Kal-El?
Nice.
It's Superman.
Yes, I know who Kal-El
dude
is.
named his kid
if
after
you don't
Superman.
know who Kal-El is.
Yeah, if you don't know who Kal-El is, don't listen to our program. You do not deserve to listen to us.
That's bold.
Because you're not a geek.
It's bold.
It is bold.
It's a bold move.
You don't deserve to label yourself as a geek. You're probably one of those fangirls that got all upset when Matt Smith got replaced on Doctor Who and, wanted to jump off.
Capaldi's going to be amazing.
He is. But that's the kind of, we don't want those people listening to us, do we? Oh, all right, we
just
do.
Anybody.
I want fangirls listening.
I'm not turning away anybody at this point in time.
We're quite popular.
Good. We need to be.
But yeah, so...
Share us, like us.
The dude's a total geek. So those were a couple interesting facts that I had on him.
Those are the only ones you found?
Well, no, I have 50 of them.
Oh.
But for time's sake, I'm not going to go through all 50 of them.
That'd be a good idea not to do that.
I mean, I could go for an hour on Nicolas Cage.
I'm sure you could.
I could go a whole series on Nicolas Cage. But, so I just think it's cool that, he's in the Superman hero out there.
Really? See, I'm a Spider-Man guy.
You would be.
I am.
Spider-Man has nothing but gadgets.
No, I feel like that's Batman.
That's true.
I feel like you don't really know what you're saying right now.
Okay, let me rephrase. He shoots webs out of his wrist, which is really his only superpower, and
False.
the rest is gadgets.
So the ability to be able to cling to things is...
It's not really superpower.
Do you understand what superpowers are? Because
Yeah,
I can't do that.
I can cling the things.
Right now, there's gravity holding me on. If I tried to climb up the wall, I would fall.
If this train that we're on were to roll over right now, could you cling on and grab that?
No.
Exactly. But listen, it's not really... He's a spider. He's
a man.
He's a
Who
spider.
got bit by a radioactive spider and gave him spider sense.
So it's like the island of Dr. Moreau. He's half man, half animal. That's not superpower. That's a freaking nature.
He's a freaking nature.
Well, but he's not superhuman. You could classify...
Superman's not even a human.
Superman is like
He's an
Jesus.
alien. He's an alien. He's an alien.
Listen,
he's an alien.
I did an entire sermon on how Superman
I'm sure you did.
is Jesus of the comic books.
I'm sure you did.
Like, I'm serious. But Superman has superpowers.
Yeah, he's
Spider-Man is a freak of nature.
He's also an alien. So I don't know whether they're
He's not an alien. He looks like a human.
Looks like and are two different things.
I think he's
This
human.
went really geeky really fast.
This did.
This went we went off the rails of
So
that
obviously,
railroad that we're on
Joe
right
likes
now.
Marvel comics. And
I am
like
a Marvel guy.
DC.
I'm much more of a
The
Marvel
only
guy.
good thing to come out of Marvel, in my opinion, the Avengers movies. That's it.
The Avengers movies are amazing. They
That's
are the
it.
best.
That saved the Marvel franchise.
The Marvel movie franchise, yes. Guardians of the Galaxy, though, is going to be amazing. Have you seen the trailer for it?
I have not.
If you haven't seen the trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy, definitely go out and see that trailer.
Okay. I will say, Marvel is totally killing DC when it comes to movies.
Oh, definitely.
Because the new Batmans, like, we've had this conversation before, I can't stand them.
Oh, see, I love the new Batmans. I thought Nolan did amazing on those because he did them darker, of course, obviously, and they're trying to do that with Man of Steel and making it real dark and stuff like that.
And see, I don't like that because I'm a purist. Like, Batman's backstory...
I tried holding on to that one. I just couldn't. I just don't know
Batman's
why.
backstory is very dark, but Batman is like a stand-up citizen. He's like the go-to guy for the cops. He was never dark. And I think, like, when I think of Batman, I think of Adam West. And I think of the original Batman television series that I used to watch
I love Adam
growing up as a kid.
Adam West is hilarious.
I don't think of this reincarnation of Batman.
The reincarnation of Batman. The Batman began the Dark Knight trilogy is what they're calling it. Mm-hmm. I really enjoy it. I think it was the best out of the Batman movies, and I have watched all the Batman movies. And
well, I'm not saying that the other Batman movies were any good because I don't think they were. I think they were terrible.
Yeah, they were.
DC is not good at making movies.
No, Marvel has definitely signed on and gotten that train way after. We're just weaving in trains the whole time.
Yes,
what is with
the trains?
I don't know. It's just...
And we went from an episode of Nicolas Cage to now this.
Right. I have no idea what...
Because Nicolas Cage is a superhero.
Oh,
okay.
God. All right.
I have a slight obsession
Anyway,
with
a
Nicolas
little
Cage.
bit. Little bit.
What's your favorite Cage movie?
I told you, National Treasure.
Which one?
First one.
First one?
First one.
What about it did you like?
Of course, my favorite line being, I feel like the back of a dollar bill is trying to tell me something.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel that personally?
No. Unless you believe in the Illuminati, which is a whole nother conversation.
We'll talk about that in another episode.
That one's a whole nother
Illuminati,
thing.
if you would like to bankroll us.
If we're allowed, if we're able to podcast anything after even bringing up the Illuminati.
Wait, our internet connection's been shut down, and so have the lights.
Illuminati.
Joe just got shot. National Treasure. It was awesome because it combined a whole bunch of historical things that I really enjoy.
Right.
Anything that has to do like with revolutionary history in this country I think's awesome. And then you put Nicolas Cage in it.
Right. See,
How can you go wrong?
But I really like Con Air. Nicolas Cage wasn't the best in Con Air. I really enjoy John Malkovich.
Okay.
And when he's a crazy person and is allowed to play a crazy person.
Which is most John
Malkovich movies. That's when John Malkovich is really amazing in my eyes. But
I agree. National Treasure 2, were you a fan?
I actually didn't see that one.
And he calls himself a fangirl.
No.
National Treasure 2, I think they did just as good of a job on that one as they did the first one. So I give props to that. And normally, sequels suck. And they're not as good. But not when they have Nicolas Cage.
Right. I did enjoy... I'm probably the only person, and it always has a soft spot in my heart, but I enjoyed Ghost Rider. Because
I was going to say, I'm not a fan.
It was, like I say, a lot of people didn't. It was actually the last movie I watched with my grandpa, so it always means something to me. He liked it, and so I like it now. But that's just me.
Now,
I liked it. It's
my first, speaking of Ghost Rider, back to my 50 interesting facts, because I studied.
Yes. Yeah.
Did you know
I do things during the day.
Nicolas Cage had a huge snake pet. Big snake pet.
I don't like snakes.
Listen, I do not like snakes. And when I say huge snake pet, like he had a cobra snake pet. Okay? Who keeps a snake for a pet? I have no clue. You people are...
You're crazy to begin with.
Crazy. Like, I could not sleep in a house with snakes.
Right.
It would freak me out.
Right.
But so he had this pet cobra. And the pet cobra hated him. Absolutely hated him.
Yeah, that's even better.
Yeah. So not only do you have a creepy reptilian thing in your house as a pet, it hates you.
Yeah, no. I'd just be gone with it. I'd be getting
this creepy reptilian pet, evil thing.
Like the way you say pet.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
A symbol of Satan. I'm just kidding. I don't really believe that. I just added that for effect. But no. So he has this snake for a pet, and it goes and it lunges after him because it hates him. So
because it's a snake,
and it's
it shouldn't
evil.
Be a pet.
It's
That's
evil.
why.
So he modeled his movements in Ghost Rider after that. So like when he would go after,
but Ghost Rider wasn't a snake.
I know, but when he would go after people in Ghost Rider, he used that evil creature that was his pet as his inspiration for that.
But Ghost Rider's not a snake.
I know, Ghost Rider's a skeleton.
Yeah.
That has flames.
Right. I saw it.
Yeah, how about that? Yeah. So, but he did attack people in it.
Gotcha.
And as he attacked them, he was visualizing this creepy reptilian thing.
Gotcha.
I hate snakes.
I
hate spiders. Speaking of things I hate, listen.
Oh, how about this?
Zip it.
No.
Hold on, I gotta talk.
If you want to make Spider-Man super duper scary? What if his superpower was being able to throw spiders on people? Crime level would go down.
Absolutely,
amazingly.
But you want to talk about something even more interesting? What if Spider-Man was actually a superhuman? Because he's not. He's a freak.
He is, though. But Superman's not even a person. It's an alien.
The fact
not even
that he could zap you with lasers in his eyes...
He's too powerful.
Invalidates all of your
arguments. That's why I hate...
You know what Superman would do to Spider-Man? He would squish him like the spiders that I see in my house.
Whatever.
Just saying.
Whatever.
Anyway, speaking of things, aside from snakes and spiders that I'm afraid of,
Muppets.
Clowns.
Oh,
we're not going to get into Muppets.
Muppets? We're not going to talk about Muppets.
We talked about Muppets last night.
Muppets if I want.
I absolutely hate clowns. So last night, a good friend of mine, at about 11 o'clock at night...
I saw that.
And if you follow me on Twitter and Facebook, you know what I'm talking about. A friend of mine sends me an image of the New Jersey clown.
Bring it up.
Bring it in. Like, go to my... if you're watching on YouTube or you're listening... Go to my Twitter at Brent Whetstone and look up this New Jersey clown thing. Freaked me out. So I posted on Facebook last night, you can tell my friends really love me because they send me clown pictures as I'm ready for bed. Nothing scares me more than Pennywise the Clown from Stephen King's It.
Huh?
Yeah, see,
was it that one?
Yeah, it's that one. Is that not the creepiest thing that you've seen?
Is that not the creepy clown thing?
And it's bad this week. Because if you're watching, you see that I'm avoiding looking at his computer screen, there's the train right on cue.
There it is.
It's bringing a train full of clowns, I'm sure. But the clown Pennywise from Stephen King's It did me.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I don't like clowns either, but I'm not visibly scared by crap like that.
Well, they creep me out.
Yeah.
So much.
I'm also scared of Muppets.
Clowns and Muppets are the same thing.
No.
They're tools of Satan. There's that word again.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get
out that word.
I'm trying to get the conserve Christians to like us.
Keep talking about gay people.
It's a thing.
It is.
So they send me pictures of these clowns all night last night. I'm getting people were texting me.
I really should have done that.
They're tweeting me and they're hitting me up on
I don't
Facebook.
have any grease paint, or else I would have gone over your house.
With you would have got shot.
Sure, I would have.
Of clowns. But anyway, all week, are you a fan of American Horror Story?
I've never seen it. Surprisingly enough, my grandma watched it.
Okay,
Loved
great show. It's Ryan Murphy from Glee. Actually, is the writer and producer. Twisted.
Right.
He's totally twisted.
Right.
So, they are doing the new season. Season 4 is going to be coming out, and it's called Freak Show. So, guess what all the stupid images promoting American Horror Story? Clowns. My newsfeed on Facebook and Twitter has been filled with the most obnoxiously crazy and creepy clowns. Obnoxious. It's a thing.
Yeah. It was like the way you said that. I don't know why. Anyway.
I have my own language, man.
You do. A little bit.
Happens. So, you know who would not scare me as a clown, though?
Who?
Nicolas Cage.
I'm sure. Should have seen that coming.
You should have seen that coming.
Should have seen that coming. Does Nicolas Cage like clowns? Since
No.
you know so much about him.
Yeah, he does not like clowns. I can guarantee you. Nick, if you're listening, write
He
us
might
in.
be. Of course, he's working on a movie, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So who knows?
He knows we're giving him free promo, so he's like, hey, I'm going to stop by the Faith Geek and check them out.
As should you.
Yes.
As should everybody.
Anyway.
Anywho.
So, as we prepare to wrap up, I want to talk about
Yes.
what our broadcast this Sunday is going to be like.
Next Sunday?
This Sunday. Coming up in a few days. Now, we're broadcasting Wednesday and Sunday, so the Faith Geek's going to be joining you a couple times a week.
Sure. Yeah. Totally a thing we're going to do.
Totally.
All the time.
All the time. And sometimes on Friday, like possibly this Friday, we may even be joining you. We're going to be going to the premiere of the Noah movie, and we're going, as soon as we leave the premiere, we're going to broadcast our thoughts on it.
As we live 5 seconds from the movie
theater. Some of us actually live it. Chris Ward, our movie guy, he lives at the movie. Like, seriously, the kid lives behind the movie theater. So
not really, but kind of.
That'd be cool if he did.
He did.
He lives in the project. He's the phantom of the movie theater. He's the phantom of the Regal
I've been
Cinema.
in that projector room, actually. I knew a guy that worked there.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. It's a weird place up there.
How about that? But anyway, this Sunday, starting our next episode, we're going to be talking about a movie, and I just blogged about it today. So if you're listening, go to the cinema section on the Faith Geek. Yeah. And there's a movie that I'm really excited about. And if you're into the steampunk scene, this movie is totally your thing. It's called The Record Keeper. And it was actually a project from the Seventh-day Adventist Church talking about basically the story of humanity from the angels' perspective.
Okay.
But the angels are, and like the whole setting is like steampunk culture.
Gotcha.
So it's very visually
wouldn't
appealing.
Have been a thing.
How do you know? Explain to me. How you know that the creator of all things, including steampunk, mind you, didn't have steampunk in heaven.
I just feel like that's a thing that he wouldn't have done.
I totally picture heaven like steampunk.
I really don't.
I do.
All right.
Anyway, so we're going to be talking about the Record Keeper, and we're going to be talking about what's going on with that, because there's an interesting story with that. And our hopes, within the next couple of weeks, we're actually going to have the director, producer, part writer of this joining us on our audio podcast, at least, because he's out in Portland. So... yeah, how about that? So...
Is that Portlandia?
No.
It's a good show.
Is my geek card revoked?
No, your hipster card is.
My hipster card. Well, my hipster card. There's part of my hipster card revoked. But we'll be talking about that coming up on Sunday. And then, again, stay tuned for our the Geek Girl podcast, which will be coming some point in April.
Possibly, maybe. Going to be.
It will be.
Definitely.
There's
a lot of qualifiers on that one.
Stick to deadlines. But
sure we do.
So
all the time.
Again, Leonard Nimoy, happy birthday. Nicolas Cage, happy belated birthday, man.
Happy belated birthday.
Sorry you couldn't make it on the show today.
Sorry.
I know you wanted to be here. You wanted us to honor you.
We really should have sent him an email before we did it.
In the way.
Yeah.
But you play a pilot and Left Behind, so you could have flown here.
There you go. Rayford Steele.
Yeah, how about that? So, all right, guys, make sure you join us again Friday night, probably about 10 o'clock. It's going to be a late broadcast. And what we think, we'll have Chris Ward, movie buff and resident card, or what is that, tabletop gamer.
There you go, yeah.
Tabletop.
I didn't know what you're
Thank you for listening to the Faith Geek Podcast. The Faith Geek Podcast is brought to you by thefaithgeek.com, your online Christian resource for all things geek culture. Remember, you can always listen to this and any of our archive shows by visiting www.thefaithgeek.com.